Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Yo Antah Pravishya Mama Vachamimam Prasuptam Sanjeevayatyakhila Shaktidharasvadhamna अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् समचरणसरोजम् सान्द्रनीलाम्बुदाभम् जघननिहितपाणिम् मण्डनम् मण्डनानाम् तरुणतुलसीमालाम् कन्धरम् कञ्जनेत्रम् सदयधवलहासम् विठ्ठलं चिन्तयामि विठ्ठलं चिन्तयामि. Pranams to the Lord. Pranams to all the Mahatmas in tonight's Eknathi Bhagawat session. We are going to start with a new chapter today, chapter 30. Om. Salutations to Lord Ganesha. Om. Salutations to Lord Shri Krishna. OV1. Oh, the beginningless swan, I bow before you, who are Om. You are the Lord of the world in the form of a swan. You are good teacher, Paramahamsa. You are the Lord of all the gods, and you are the complete wholeness of life. Number 2. Without the dualities, both of your wings appear to be very adorable, and you look extraordinarily beautiful beyond the pure sattva. 3. Swan is said to be of a very white color, but you as a swan is beyond all colors, including white, because your whiteness is divine. 4. Other swans float and play in a lake where golden lotus flowers blossom, but you play in the lotus that is heart, which is blossoming with the power of love. 5. The residence of other swans is in Manasa lake, but you are beyond the Manasa, that is mind. Ordinary swans fly in the sky, but your flight is in the inner sky of our consciousness. 6. By your beak, which has power of discrimination, you bifurcate the unimportant water from the important milk, and rejecting the unimportant, you accept only the pure and important things. 7. For such a beautiful swan, like there is the feed of pearls of liberation, which are formed in the shell of desirelessness in the ocean of spiritual consciousness. 8. You fly, leaving no mark behind, and without touching the earth in the most skillful way. 9. The goddess of speech, which is spiritual energy, is your inseparable part, and because of that fact, she is called Hamsavahini. Number 10. The goddess Saraswati, who is speech itself, functions only when you wish. She speaks with your power of speech. The Veda talks when you make it talk, and prana moves only when you awaken it. Number 11. Though Saraswati is the goddess of speech, she has got that power because of you. Just as the flute player is different, though the sweet notes are produced by the flute. 12. In this way, you are the speech, you are the act of speaking, and the speaker, as also you are Saraswati, and that is why, as Hamsa, you yourself tell your own story. OV 13. You have made manifest the goddess Saraswati in the minds of great poets. The novelty of the form of the swan always expresses new doctrines. OV 14. You are Janardana in the form of swan, existing everywhere in equal portion. When I held this auspicious feat on my head, the birth and the death actually ran away. 15. While so running away, it got a resort near the confusion, and after affording for birth and place to exist, he also allocated a place for death to reside. 16. Therefore, the man who is deluded is caught in the chain of birth and death, and once a man is caught on the wheel of delusion, he never escapes. 70. There, he is caught on the wheel of the birth and death, And while he sustains the beating of one calamity, another calamity of death falls upon him. 18. In order to escape from this chain, we have to remember Soham Hamsa in your form. And when a man remembers this properly, then only his delusion is removed. 19. You are Paramatman, Paramahamsa, the Almighty God, and the Absolute Brahman. You became Swan in order to impart wisdom to the sons of Lord Brahma. 20. In order to explain commentary spoken, and by learning the inner meaning of the teaching, the king Parikshit became free from all the sins. 21. The Lord Krishna is going to tell Uddhava the song of what swan? The song of that swan. So, the listeners may please pay attention by which they will have self wisdom without efforts. 22. This 13th chapter is being told to Uddhava by Lord, and listening to it, Uddhava will be able to visualize the destruction of worldly objects from it. 23. So, in this 13th chapter, the Lord is explaining how the sattvic attitude increases and the progressive spiritual knowledge is explained in a very easy way. 24. In this chapter, the Lord will tell the manifestation of Hamsa and will explain again how our consciousness can experience the separation of objects. 25. At the end of the 12th chapter, the advice is given to worship Sadguru, obtain the acts of spiritual wisdom, and to cut the desire from the jiva. 26. Uddhava listened to the statement that when the separate sense of jiva is destroyed, all the spiritual efforts, penances, etc., should be given up. But he did not respond at all. 27. So the Lord guessed what was going on in the mind of Uddhava and what was his intention and what were his doubts. The Lord is himself continuing his talk. 28. He said, you will say that the jiva is existing because of the formation of the three gunas. And so long as the three gunas are prevalent in the consciousness, the spiritual wisdom cannot come into being. 29. Just as we cannot drink the water from the coconut unless we break the seal, so also, unless the gunas are wiped out, how can that wisdom come into being? Number 30. Eknath says, just see now how Lord Shri Krishna is explaining in 3 verses the answer to the unspoken question of Uddhava. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Sattvam Rajastama iti Guna Buddherna Chatmanaha Satvenanyatamo Hanyat Sattvam Satvena Chaivahe. Meaning of the verse. The 3 gunas, that is Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, belong to intellect and not to Atman. By the force of Sattva, the other 2 should be killed and Sattva should be nullified by itself. OV 31. Please remember that Sattva, Rajas, Tamas and all other modes of consciousness belong to and are within the field of Maya. This is already covered by me earlier. 32. Only Sat, Chit, Ananda is nature of Atman, but the gunas are not like that. They are within the field of Maya and therefore belong to the world. 33. Whatever is Sat is itself Chit and also Ananda. To be is to move, and in it is inherent the joy, the bliss. These 3 are together in the unity of Atman, which is one homogeneous totality. 34. The sugar is white, soft, and sweet. All the 3 qualities are contained in it. Similarly, Sat Chit Ananda is unmodified single total state. 35. Prakriti or Maya itself creates 3 gunas, and by them only it has become powerful. Oh, Uddhava, one cannot imagine that gunas are related to Atman. 36. The Lord is telling the way to develop and attain the spiritual wisdom. He says, please note that we have to destroy the gunas by the gunas only, and then the divine wisdom shines. 37. When by the force of love, the piety of sattva is very powerful, and rajas and tamas are wiped out, then the spiritual wisdom is attained, and when there is self-knowledge completely realized, when the sattva is wiped out. 38. It is said that a man bitten by a serpent is given poison to eat, and then the effect of the snake bite goes away, but that poison eaten in the ordinary circumstances kills the man. 39. Similarly, by destruction of rajas and tamas, the fine quality of sattva is very much prevalent, but in itself, that also becomes a binding factor. How it is so will be explained to you presently. 40. The sattva binds us by increasing the concept, I am the learned man, I am the happiest man, I am free from all karma, etc. And thus one guna, that is sattva, binds us. 41. In this way, the sattva is more prevalent and it has to be subdued by Atman, and then only by its complete destruction there is satisfaction. 42. Oh, Dhava, you will ask, how only sattva becomes more powerful when all other gunas are equal? The answer is, the gunas themselves protect each other. 43. When tamas is prevalent, the man does not like knowledge or meditation, nor sacrifice, nor any sweet smell like that of the sandalwood, etc. And he likes only sleep, laziness, or quarrel. 44. When rajas is powerful, the man thinks of many other things related to sensual enjoyments, and the man is always thinking of these objects even though he may be listening to some religious discourse. 45. When the man is having great greed for money due to this rajas, he is not disturbed even if somebody is angry with him and beats him by shoes. This is the shameful effect of rajas. That rajasic man is tremendously attached to his wife and children. 46. On the other hand, when the sattva increases, the man becomes apathetic about his involvement with his wife and children, and he likes to spend his time in thinking about God, pretending to kirtana, or is busy in various ways of worship of God. 47. So, when the sattva is more prevalent, anger, greed, or allurement have no scope in life. But the question is, how can sattva guna get more powerful alone on its own? The reason is, other gunas are helpful. 48. On one side of sattva, there is tamas, and on the other side, there is rajas. And the sattva is caught between these two, and you will ask, how can it overpower others? It is practically held captive by tamas and rajas. 49. If that is your problem, I will tell you all the signs of development of sattva guna. Sattva dharmo bhaved vruddhat pumso madbhakti lakshanaha satvikopasaya sattvam tato dharma pravartate. Meaning of the verse. When the sattva is increased, people have religious tendency and they worship me. By worshipping whatever is sattvika, that guna goes on increasing and it provokes religiousness. 50. While commenting on this verse, I explain the latter half first. To be engaged with very good, helpful sattvic things and a person encourage sattva guna. 51. When we take or use sattvic things, they promote piousness and gentle nature, and we continue to behave gently, our very soul becomes pure. 52. The sign of well-developed gentleness is that the man is having faith in religion and his daily behavior also becomes very gentle. Further, he does not have any desires and passions which may bind him in this world or other. 53. With purity of heart, the whole life is sattvic, and the man has his whole nature religiously bent upon my worship. 54. When religious attitude increases by sattva guna, the man has tremendous love for his guru, and wherever my image is near him, he goes to worship it with all intensity. 55. Then he naturally offers me all his actions, which are physical, verbal, or mental, and he has no devotion for any other gods. 56. Then in his mind he thinks and believes that Guru and God are one and not separate. This is the sign of highest type of sattva. Dharmo rajastamo hanyat sattva vriddhiranuttamaha ashu nashyati tanmulaha yadharma ubhaye hate. Meaning of the verse. With the increase of sattva, the highest religious attitude destroys rajas and tamas, and when both of them are destroyed, the unreligious evil content of the consciousness, which has its root in rajas and tamas, is also destroyed quickly. 57. When all the sattvic attitudes increase in the consciousness of the aspirant of liberation, there is manifest the image of Supreme Person, the Purushottama, which is the very zenith of sattva. 58. This religious attitude kills the evils immediately by destroying rajas and tamas, which are at the root of everything evil. 59. The Lord Sri Krishna, the reservoir of great compassion, has in this way told Uddhava the means to attain the spiritual knowledge. In short, he told that by using sattvic things, the sattva guna increases, and through that, the spiritual knowledge comes into being. 60. Now I will explain the 10 ways to enjoy sattvic things, giving details of such objects. आगमोपप्रजादेशः कालः कर्म च जन्म च ध्यानं मन्त्रोऽथ संस्कारः दशैते गुणहेतवः. Meaning of the verse: scripture, water, people, place, time, occupation, birth, contemplation, mantra, purificatory rites. These 10 factors contributory to the growth of any particular guna. 61. Odhava. Scriptures are helpful to increase any quality, guna, sattva, etc. Water and any particular place are also responsible for development of a particular guna. 62. Now, people residing in the neighborhood in whose company a man resides are also helpful. 63. Time, then action, and birth are also contributory to the development of any guna. The mantra which man recites is also a cause for development of guna. 64. The samskaras, which are the actions and rituals which a man undergoes, also develop particular guna. These are the 10 conditionings. Now we will see the details. 65. In order to develop the sattvic guna, to listen to Vedanta and Upanishad is a good way. 66. Then, water is also important. To take bath in sacred rivers is helpful for sattva to increase. 67. The sacred water of the feet of my image as well as the Shaligram stone are having power to purify consciousness of man. 68. The sacred water touched by Brahmin by his toe is so pure that Narayana worships it and he bears on his chest the stigma of the foot of a Brahmin, Bhrugu. 69. Water may be from any source. When it touches the feet of Satguru, it becomes the most secret water of all, and if it is taken, it uplifts the person beyond birth and death. 70. Water is thus a cause of increase in the sattva guna, and when it is turned into tirtha by this process, it is very powerful. 71. People means only those persons who are gentlemen and saints, and in their company who are ascetics, the ordinary jivas are emancipated. 72. The main factor helpful to the development of sattvic guna is good company, and it has already been told to you earlier. 73. Now, as regards the place, it is the areas of forest like Naimisha or in any other sacred places where the siddhas have their residence. Such places are helpful to strengthen the biasness in man's mind. 74. When the study of keeping our posture steady is successful, there is inclination to meditate. In this way also, sattva guna increases. 75. The time profitable to the seekers for spiritual practice is the early dawn. At that time, the mind is calm. Similarly, any other time when the mind is not disturbed and is joyful is also good. 76. The time used for listening to the stories of the Lord or in the performance of festivals or in remaining awake at night on the 11th day of the month should be useful. 77. Taken as the best fulfillment of time. Similarly, even I cannot tell the great benefit of time used in singing the songs of praise of God and in dancing for Lord. 78. The time which is used is doing kirtana selflessly and dancing and singing without greed of money is so secret that I value it very much. Who can really measure its greatness? 79. Then, what is karma? Which develops sattvic nature? Only that karma which is done without desire for fruit and which is done to oblige others is really properly used for developing the religious nature. 80. The term birth, that is the rebirth, which takes place at the ceremony of initiation, is to be counted in this category. Guru is the great parent. Please listen to his greatness also. I think we can pause over here for today. Beautiful. Very exciting reading has happened. Uh, 1 minute. Let me just put on a few my screen. So now, Hamsa Gita and all which we have heard probably is going to come over here. Uh, First, it starts by describing Lord itself as Omkara. Lord itself is everything, and Lord is only called as Hamsa, Paramahamsa. It starts with that. Then the beautiful description of that Hamsa has started. That means of the Lord. So Hamsa is denoting purity. So without any flaws, that is Hamsa, one from where the knowledge source happens. So it is not really swan, the one which is dwelling in the heart, it is being said. So that was a very good comparison about where is Hamsa staying. Then the point comes that this Hamsa is self Paramatman, and this Paramatman is now going to tell Uddhava all about the highest knowledge that he had asked for. So when he is telling, the song of the swan, that is the Hamsa Gita is coming over here. He has asked, that is the highest wisdom that is going to come. So he has asked Uddhava to listen carefully. Then the topic starts that get to listen to this, what is needed is the sattvic aspect. So holding on the sattvic aspect, the rest of the chapter we have been discussing. So he says that I will go to verse number 24, where in this chapter the Lord will tell manifestation of Hamsa and will explain again how our consciousness can experience separation of objects. So it is expanding our consciousness to the oneness, that means that we are not experiencing duality. Then in the 20th, he further says, you will say that Jiva is existing because of the formation of three gunas. And so long as the three gunas are prevalent in the consciousness, the spiritual wisdom cannot come to being. So this part, he has then said that how the wisdom is going to come. Then Bhagwan begins to talk, and that is our entry in the topic, where he discusses, though it is formed of different gunas, how a sattva prevalent mind, later sattva is also going to disappear, will be responsible for knowledge. And it says that sugar is white, soft and sweet, but all three things are experienced together. Like that, Satchit Ananda is a single total state that we need to achieve. This was the thing, point in 34, it was said. So he also says, please note that we have to destroy the gunas by the gunas only, and then the divine wisdom will shine. So using gunas and going ahead and dropping that later. So that was a very good point. Then everything came on the sattva aspect. And at last, when we were entering into it tells us about 10 things. Through those 10 things, how we can achieve. So out of which we have seen scripture we saw, water we saw, people, place and time we are seeing at the moment. And then we will read probably tomorrow to figure out the other occupation, birth, contemplation, mantra, everything else will come. So the point over here of today's reading is not to encourage tamas in the body. So this goes back to our food talk. As a seeker, what we should be doing, eating, our habits, our achara, vichara. We sleep anytime, we sleep anyhow. So that is all getting into the tamas category. We eat old food, stored food, fridge food. All that is a tamas. Tamas, what are we feeding? Then we don't sleep on time. So we get into the rajasic mode. Then we want to If you hold on the mobile, we completely forget how much time has gone. Either we are watching reels or what people have posted or what I must say. God only knows we sit on that mobile, even playing probably. So yesterday somewhere we had read Chalachitra. That is a problem. Where did we read that? Ah, yeah, not read. It was put as a quote in the Ahara group that if we are if eyes are not taken care of, then how it is damaged. So seeing some shining things and all. So we are doing that day in and day out. That means we are feeding rajas and tamas only. So our day-to-day activities, we will have to bring and elevate ourselves deliberately into the sattvic aspect. It won't come so easily. Laziness will come easily. To stay in sattva needs effort. So if not to do anything is coming easy, but to take effort and uphold on a higher thought is a little tough when we are beginners. Once we get addicted to the higher thought, then it becomes effortless. But the first push is tougher. So hold now the topic is on the sattva. So if we want that highest knowledge, we will have to uphold the sattvic aspect. If anybody else has any thought, please share.
Yeah, in OV 28, they say that if the gunas is there, then so if we sattva is also one of the guna, right, Varshaji?
Yeah. Yes. But because of that guna only, we will be using and traveling higher for the knowledge. So with the guna only, we have to go ahead and drop the guna. Later on, the sattva will also be dropped. But if we uphold the wrong guna, then we can't travel higher. So it is like we need those as our stepping stone and then we drop it. When we reach our destination, we leave the vehicle. If we have climbed, use the ladder, then we leave the ladder. When we reach our destination, we don't need the vehicle. So sattva is used to reach the destination and afterwards that is also dropped. But to reach the destination, the vehicle has to be in condition. So if the vehicle has to move forward, then we need whatever the fuel in it is working condition. So if we stay in rajas and tamas, how we will move forward? So the condition of the vehicle is needed. Sattva should be there to propel us forward. Without that, how satsang will happen? We'll be otherwise sitting in some club or something and having some nice time. We think that is nice time. So ignorance will only develop. So yes, we need sattva and then later we'll talk with it.
I have one more point. So in that Satkaryam, and that is like adding punya, which is we are again building our vasanas, either the good or the bad.
True. Not like that.
Hmm.
See, we'll have to move forward, right? We will need rajas also to move forward. We will need gunas. Without that, we will not understand. If I say Brahman is Nirakara Nirguna, do we understand? Yes, we understand. But has it become our knowledge? I am seeing you separately than me, right? Have I built up that oneness that your pain I'm feeling and everybody's happiness also I'm feeling happy? No, I feel happy with only my happiness. Your sorrow is not affecting me. I'm having duality in my mind. So we cannot mix two realms and talk same. In this realm, I am experiencing duality. So from this realm, I have to go ahead. So I have to take support of Sattva. So I need. So my good vasana only will propel me forward. Wanting to be in the satsang is a good vasana. Is that going to be detrimental for my journey? No, it will enhance my journey. So it's okay to keep it. Later on, it is going to go. Later on, even the Vedas and the knowledge is going to get dropped. At the moment, I need this. At the moment, I'm going to choose my vehicle. Correct. See, whether we have to travel fast or slow, whether even the post, huh? If you want a sea parcel or a air parcel, the costs are different. How urgent is the topic? And that thing that accordingly we send the couriers. How urgent our desire is, accordingly we will take the flight towards him. If we are still in the tamas, we will do some time pass here and there and little bit only towards the Lord. Urgency has not developed into us. So we should develop an urgency to him. That would be the sattvic aspect. Urgency towards the club and things and gossip and we are going to get stuck. Long route. We can be on that route also until one day we realize, oh, I'm so tired. This is so frustrating. This is so sorrowful. What would give? Our basic nature is joy. So we won't be comfortable apart from joy. Our inherent quality is bliss, inherent quality. So all actions we will do to reach the inherent quality only. Against our own nature, we will not do anything. So we won't stay comfortable in an uncomfortable situation for long. Why to suffer and then come on the path? It's good when we know it, be on the path before that one. Have I answered your question?
Yeah. So our final goal is that Tattvamasi, or that I am with the Brahman.
Yes. Yes. Aham Brahmasmi is only the final goal. At the moment, I know only mouth service. It's not become my experience. That's why we have to do right actions, live by the scriptures, eat correct, have the daily routine set properly, so that we don't fall into tamas. Knowledge happens only at that sattvic level. Tamas is equal to ignorance. Both cannot go together. Sun and darkness cannot go together. So either the sun is there, light is going to be there. Sun is there and darkness is there. They both cannot exist at the same time. Clear? Answer? Any more questions? Any more thoughts? Let's end tonight's session. And tomorrow's reading, who want to do?
I can do, Varshaji.
Okay, from 81 we will read. Then day after
Yeah.
tomorrow? Akhilaji, Wednesday,
Yeah.
Shri Hariji is there?
Thursday.
Thursday, okay. Go ahead. Yeah. Let's end today's session. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadadya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Hari Om everyone. Thank you for
Again,
joining.
Varshaji. Thank you.
Thank you, Varshaji. Thank you, Varshaji.
Thank you. Hari Om.
Thank you, Asha ji.
Thank you, my dear.